Hey guys, Steve Consiglio here, welcoming you back to the challenge all about energy. I shared a video about not only how do you have energy, but how can you create the energy that you want to feel and experience consistently. And we know that the fuel that we get through proper nutrition and the exercise that we do to help move our bodies and engage our bodies, certainly that's going to give us energy. And the truth is, long-term sustained energy will not be attainable if we don't get proper sleep for recovery. Because it's at sleep where our body restores itself. Our tissues, our muscles, everything, all of our cells in our brain, everything is regenerated at rest. All the work that we do at the gym when we're lifting weights and we're breaking down those muscle fibers, we actually get stronger during rest, during sleep. That's when the body is healing itself and getting those strength gains. So without proper sleep, we're not going to get the benefits of the exercise. In fact, studies show that sleep deprivation will lead to weight gain. It can lead to chronic health conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, mindset challenges with depression, anxiety. It could even cause strokes. So sleep is essentially important and critically important in terms of our health, but also for our energy without having to rely on outside stimulants like coffee or energy drinks. If that's something that you need right now, then hopefully this video will help give you some insight on things that you can do to improve the quality of your sleep. Obviously, duration of sleep is important, but it's more important to get good quality sleep while we're at rest. And some of the things that I found to be beneficial with that are having a set routine. Our bodies like routine. We respond well to having certain structures and rituals. And sleep is no different. In fact, when you have a consistent sleep schedule, you basically are setting your own circadian rhythm. We all have this rhythm in our bodies that let us know when we're supposed to be alert and awake and when we need to prepare for sleep. And our circadian rhythms are knocked out of balance through things like stimulants of caffeine or artificial light, because our natural circadian rhythms go with the daily sunrise and sunset. But through natural light, it confuses our mind to think that we need to be alert and awake when it's actually time to start winding down and producing melatonin, which is the body's hormone that prepares us for rest. So having a consistent sleep schedule will get your circadian rhythms more in sync, so that way when you're awake, your body knows that you should be awake, and when it's time to prepare for rest, your body's naturally starting to wind down. So with a consistent sleep schedule, we need to think about the time of day that you get up during the week for work. Are you keeping a consistent schedule on weekends? Because I know a lot of people, they're so busy during the week that on weekends they just say, I can't wait to catch up on sleep. And the truth is, you don't really catch up on sleep. All that really is doing is, yeah, you might feel like you're getting a little bit more sleep, but it's messing up that rhythm that come Sunday night, maybe you can't sleep as well now because you slept in on Sunday morning, and then Monday you wake up and you feel groggy and tired and cranky, and you just can't wait to go to that coffee pot to jumpstart your day. So having a consistent sleep schedule during the weekends is going to program that internal clock, so that way your body knows when it's going to wake up automatically without even needing an alarm clock. So have a consistent sleep schedule, number one. Number two, have a wind down ritual. Something that, again, is preparing your body to say, okay, it's time for me to prepare for rest. I talked about unnatural lighting. That is something that has blue light, it has junk light in it that stimulates our brain, and it messes up our circadian rhythms. So at night, have a ritual where you can dim the lights and start to wind down and prepare yourself to release melatonin. Because if you're just go, 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 and then you go to bed, your body hasn't prepared itself for the release of melatonin, which is going to get you to sleep. So if you have a cell phone, TV, other electronics, commit to turning those off an hour before you go to bed. 30 minutes minimum, but ideally an hour. Because of the blue light in those, it's going to stimulate your brain and it's going to disrupt your sleep. Also, with your nightly ritual, what can you do to slow your mind down? Things like journaling, meditation, maybe even just some some deep breathing exercises or light yoga or stretching to help prepare yourself as well. Whatever's going to work for you, create some type of system, some type of ritual that you will commit to and keep it the same consistently every single night. And what's going to happen is your body will start to realize it's preparing itself for rest. So that way when your head hits a pillow, you fall asleep. And the goal is we want to get into deep sleep as quickly as possible, what's called delta sleep. Because it's at delta sleep, that's where the bulk of our regeneration and restoration of our cells, our tissues, our muscles, all that takes place during delta sleep. So ideally, we want to hit deep sleep as quickly as possible. And that cycle lasts typically about 90 minutes, and then we go into what's called REM sleep. And that's where we have rapid eye movement, we're dreaming, we're starting to wake up naturally. And those cycles occur on and off, usually about 5 to 6 cycles per night for most people. And ideally, you want to prepare yourself so that way when you wake up in the morning, you're coming out of a deep sleep cycle into REM sleep to wake you up. In fact, I use an app called Sleep Cycle, and that app, it will track my sleep and monitor my sleep, but it will also, based on when I set my alarm, it will wake me up as I'm coming out of a sleep cycle. That way I'm more refreshed and more alert and awake as my alarm goes off rather than waking up in a deep sleep and just feeling groggy and miserable. Another key component in terms of getting quality sleep is room temperature. Now, studies show that the ideal room temperature is about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So usually for most people, that's a little bit cooler than what you'd have the temperature in your house. So if you have the ability to control the temperature in your bedroom to make it a little bit cooler, that will improve the quality of your sleep and help you get into deep sleep much more quickly and stay there as well. Also, distractions in the bedroom. That is key in terms of quality sleep. I don't believe the bedroom should be used for anything essentially other than sleep. Certainly avoid things like watching your TV or having any type of emotionally charged, let's say stressful conversation in the bedroom, because we want to prepare ourselves that's a sacred area that when we go into our bedroom, we're preparing ourselves for rest. And the bed itself is meant for 2 things, sleeping and something else we won't talk about on this video, but I'm sure you know what I'm referring to, but that's it. The bed is meant for those things. And we want to train ourselves so that when our head hits the pillow, that we go to sleep and we stay asleep. The more distractions you have in the bedroom, the more your mind's going to unconsciously be aware of those, especially for all you animal lovers. Yes, unfortunately, that can disrupt your sleep, but also other electronics. TVs, there's no reason to have a TV in your bedroom. If you do have it, at least keep it off until maybe in the morning if you want to turn it on to start your day. But also, any light, ideally you want to have blackout drapes and maybe even wear an eye mask. If you have any electronics in your bedroom that emits some type of light, like a power button, take some electrical tape and basically place it over that light to cover it up so you have complete darkness, because that will help the body produce and release melatonin to help prepare you for sleep as well. So again, the nighttime rituals and the consistent routine, the sleep temperature, and the distractions in the room, those are critical in terms of improving the quality of our sleep. And then lastly, because I know so many people rely on caffeine, ideally we want to get rid of caffeine altogether. But if you are drinking caffeine right now, again, just keep in mind that messes up your circadian rhythms, but especially if you have caffeine later on in the day. So if you're someone that right now has caffeine later on in the day, I'd love for you to just stop caffeine altogether. But if you're not ready for that leap yet, at least commit to stopping after, let's just say, minimum 3 o'clock, ideally before noon, that you only have caffeine in the morning. And then ideally start to wean off of that as well so you don't even rely on caffeine. And when you find that you have a consistent sleep schedule and you have better quality sleep, you'll find that you won't even need that anymore because you had the energy. And added onto the nutrition and the exercise, your energy would just soar through the roof. So I hope this video is helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, post it below, and I look forward to seeing you next month.